Rabas Sobalanav Shenalaga Shananim Habuz Ligeyoinim Tfilo Tzedakah Torah is our way of doing things. But then one wonders, we find in the parasha that we read this Shabbat a disturbing situation, a odd kind of a mitzvah. What am I referring to? Pasuk says, Ki yeh ish bein soirer u'moireh. If a man has a wayward and rebellious son, in an shomeh b'kol aviv u'b'kol imo, is not listening, is not obeying. He translates, doesn't obey his father or his mother. But it says in the shomeh, he doesn't hear the voice of his father, the voice of his mother. V'yisru oisoi, they have to warn him. And v'liyishma and he's still not listening. B'tovsu by aviv v'imoy, the parents will take hold of him. V'yitzi oisal zikne iroi, they will bring him out to the elders of the city. V'ashar mekoimoy, and to the gate of this place. In other words, bring him to court, the court of 23, as the Rambam clearly specifies. And what are they going to do? They will say to the elders, this son of ours is wayward and rebellious. He doesn't obey us, he doesn't listen to us. He's a glutton and a guzzler. And what do? Says the Torah, unfortunately, the entire city would then pelt him with stones. And you shall clear out evil from amongst you, and the rest of the Jewish people will listen and they will fear. Now, I should preface that the Talmud says that this kind of a son never ever existed and never ever will exist. In other words, this situation where we should bring a child to the court, to the Beis Din, and stone him, never happened. No, so that the question is, if it never happened, why this mitzvah? Why is the Torah even talking about it? So the obvious answer will be why? Because it never happened because of this preventive medicine. When a child knows the consequences of their behavior, now we'll think twice about it. But we know that the Torah is nitzchis, the Torah is eternal. So what is the mitzvah? What does it tell us? Let me focus on a few little details. Torah says over here, he doesn't hear our voice, doesn't hear the voice of the father and doesn't hear the voice of the mother. One thing. The parents have to come and bring him to court. Why? There has to be witnesses anyway. The Beis Din, the court will not rely just on the saying of the parents. They have to bring proper, valid witnesses that they have seen this behavior. So why do the parents have to be involved? Why isn't it sufficient that the witnesses come and say, look, we see a young man misbehaving. He is a glutton. He is a guzzler. In today's terminology, a serious addict. Why the parents? Maybe the message is the following. The parents come to say to the court, he's our son. There is something about us that's wrong, that our son turned out to be this way. And as it says, he doesn't hear the voice of the father and the voice of the mother. Why doesn't it just say, Inene shomea b'koleinu? Doesn't hear our voice? Specifies, as it says later on, here specifies the voice of the mother and the voice of the father. Maybe to tell us that the issue of this young man is because the father and the mother are not on the same voice, they're not on the same wavelength. Father lives one kind of lifestyle and the mother lives another kind of a lifestyle. Father has some kind of interest, mother has other interest. And unfortunately, their voice is not heard. And why is the voice not heard? Because the child sees hypocrisy in the parents. They maybe say one thing, there's a voice saying something, but there's another behavior by the parents. And that's why this child is rebelling. Because when a child hears a unified voice in a home, a loving and a caring environment, where the parents are all on the same wavelength, very low chances for a child to turn out this way.